Hello, readers, and welcome back to Quarantine Literacy. This week, I thought that we would take kind of a break from anything cerebral, which means like anything that involves a lot of thinking. I'm feeling like maybe we all could use a little respite, a little time to just sit and reflect and calm ourselves down, kind of like our peace week. So this week, our theme is nature, the natural world, wildlife. So we're going to read a number of books that either take place out in nature or where the theme is sort of about animals or some oceans or forests. So I hope you'll enjoy the first book in the series called A Walk in the Forest by Maria Deck. This is such a beautiful book. It has really lovely illustrations. And it's also, I find it very calming. It's a very calming, sort of quiet book. I like to read this to my daughter before bed. In the forest, wonders await. So last week we talked about imagination, and nature is a beautiful place for you to use your imagination because there are all sorts of natural wonders for you to look at and interact with. And here's a page with just treetops and beautiful, colorful birds. As countless as the trees. There's wonders and adventures as countless as the trees, which is to say, there are many. It's the best playground ever. Go out into the natural world. If you have a forest or a park near you, you can find birds singing, you can find crickets chirping, you can find butterflies flapping, you can find squirrels munching, dragonflies zuzzing. Run wild in the jungle. Look at all these gorgeous plants. In the forest, you can shout as loud as you want. It's true. That is a wonderful part about being out in nature, is that you can be super loud and you don't have to worry about your neighbors. Follow footprints. This is one of my daughter's favorite things, is to find tracks and then try to determine what animal made the tracks. Is it a bear? Is it a goat? A deer? A raccoon? A skunk? See where they lead you. So the tracks can take you anywhere. Deep into the forest. Deep into your imagination. Look. Do you guys see what's over here? Is there a deer that's just run by? We have a lot of deer where I live. Find treasures. Flowers and feathers, pine cones and stones, a lizard's tail. One of my favorite things to do is to find flowers that have already fallen from their stems or leaves that have already fallen from trees, and then to press them between pages of a book, and they get flat and beautiful, and then you can cover them up with like some tape, and then you can make a bookmark out of it. So fun, you guys. So many cool creative things that you can do. All is small in the forest. All is big. So you can find tiny treasures like acorns, and you can also feel like the acorn amongst the tall, tall trees. Being out in nature can be so healing because it makes you feel both powerful and small at the same time. And deep. And there's the kid wading into some water with bare feet, while some little minnows swim around their feet. Wade in, it says. The birds have secrets. So do the trees. Listen. One of my favorite things to do, besides collecting flowers and leaves, is to stand in the middle of the forest or stand at the base of the ocean or stand in a quiet field and just to close my eyes and listen. There's so many amazing sounds out in the forest or out in nature. The sound of waves lapping, the sound of wind through branches and leaves, the sounds of birds chirping. You might meet a fox. Just be patient. The more still you are in the forest or in nature, the more nature and natural things you'll see. The forest is full of burrows, hollows, and nests. Every animal has its own hiding place. See how many hiding places you can spy by looking at that picture. Build a shelter. Play hide and seek. My daughter and I have a really good time building fairy houses out in nature with sticks and pebbles, blades of grass. One of our neighbors built a huge tent or teepee out of giant tree branches that had fallen. We thought that was really cool. It looked a lot like that, in fact. When night falls in the forest, it is magical. Truly it is. It's so quiet and so dark. And maybe a little scary too. I do start to get nervous sometimes if I'm out in nature and it gets too dark and I don't know exactly where I am. You'll go there tomorrow when you're older. Just find that book so calming and so peaceful. And I love nature. And even if you can't go and get lost in a giant forest and feel enveloped by trees and natural things, you can go to your park, the nearest park. You can go on a nature hike or walk. You can even just go spend some time in your backyard. So find a way to get out into nature today. See if you can even just collect a leaf or a pebble, an acorn, something special from nature today. Okay, my friends, I'll see you tomorrow. We'll spend some more time in nature. Bye.